Sup flappers. So welcome back to another video, and today the discussion will be limited characters. So we have had quite a number of them. They've ranged from completely busted broken to I like their character, right? So I mean, in the end, it's a lot of it's because of preference, but a huge amount of it is also because of their design and tuning. Today I'm going to be doing what all Genshin Impact creators will do when they run out of content to talk about, and yes, I am making a tier list. And I do believe there is value in this video, and I do believe that it's very important to help people understand exactly what they should be looking for, as these characters are limited characters. They are not going to be around very often, and if they do, they're usually centered around events or when miHoYo runs out of content for the game, right? It's just everything revolves around content. So today in this video, I'm going to go over exactly what I think will be the priorities on which limited characters you should be hunting for when they do make a rerun. And trust me, they will make reruns, and it's just a matter of when and how long of a notice they will give you. For example, if they wanted to do a Venti rerun, would they give you a week's notice, 2 weeks notice? How long would you have to save? So that really influences how important this video is. So let's get right into the video. I already have this this neat little thing done. I've never used this before, never. So this is my first time, and as you can see, I already put all the stuff here. I couldn't find one with just limited characters, and I don't know how to make one. So here they are. They're all lined up in the first row, and no, they are not currently lined up in their respective tiers. So I'm sure a lot of people are looking for Venti. Venti is one of the most wanted characters, and for very good reason. He was the first limited character to be released. He was released when the game first came out. So let's just get over Venti first, right? There's no there's no way to go about it. I think Venti is definitely a top tier choice if you are looking for Venti. Very smart of you. Great character, and the reason being is because he trivializes the end game for Genshin Impact. He makes most stages of the Abyss just a walk in the park. It's very easy to build him. It's very cheap to build him. Personally, for me, I ran him on a very scuffed 4-piece Viridescent set. For the longest time, it wasn't even leveled up. I just had it on him for the set effect, and I had a stringless on him, so you don't need 5-star weapons. You don't need to pay to win. The only pay to win is actually getting him, right? So Venti, banger of a character, amazing. If you are looking for him, he's definitely in the SS tier. Now, because I am a great walrus and I'm not going to milk you all the way to the end to give you all the most popular characters, we're going to go with Zhongli next. And as you can see, Ganyu is after that, right? So, Zhongli, I think a lot of people used to put him probably in A tier, B tier before his buffs, but since the buffs, personally, I had him at like S tier before the buffs. Now, of course, that means after the buffs, he is definitely SS tier, and let me do you one better. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but personally, from a gameplay perspective and from a value perspective and also from a husbando perspective, I think Zhongli is above Venti. I honestly do. Hear me out. The reason is, yes, Venti has the bigger CC. Venti has a lot of damage potential and synergy with almost everyone, and definitely is cheaper to build. But Venti's biggest downfall is he is really bad against elite mobs, and he is terrible against bosses. Pretty much he is useless, maybe for Dvalin or for like these less mobile bosses like the Regis Vines. Venti can still use a swirl, but for the vast majority of bosses and elite mobs, Venti just can't really help you, right? His CC doesn't work, and without his CC and his swirl, he doesn't do much. But Zhongli, that Jade Shield, the way they make his Jade Shield works now, and it stacks with debuffs, so if you're running Superconduct physical damage build, and that Jade Shield is going to shred down the monsters even more. And also with his burst skill, you also get a very good and respectable CC duration with great HP scaling, and of course with the Staff of Homa coming out, depending on if you get that staff or not, it's just better. I feel like Zhongli is currently sitting at a better position than Venti. Now, here's another thing. Depending on who you want to go for, other character priorities may change as well. And I'll talk a little bit about this as we go on, okay? So that's the current tier list. I'm not going to go into detail to everything, but I hope the point I just made now can help you understand why I value Zhongli more. He's more versatile. He can be used against all content. I don't think there's a single bit of content that completely shuts him out right now. He can be your main DPS. He can be your support DPS. He can just be your burst support, right? The only thing he can't be is your healer. Whereas Venti, I don't think Venti can be ran as the main DPS. He could be the support DPS. He can be a great support DPS, and he's an amazing burst support. But he falls off against elite mobs, and I talked about that. And Zhongli does not. Okay, now let's go into Ganyu. There's a lot of people who I've seen oh, I didn't mean to drop that. I've seen a lot of people regretting, right? Saying like, oh, I should have pulled more on the Ganyu banner. I wish I got Ganyu. The thing about Ganyu is that, yes, she's not the most expensive character to build, and she spikes really hard, the hardest hitting character with the highest DPS. Yes, but I play this game on mobile and PC, okay? And I don't claim to be the best mechanically gifted player to ever touch this game, but I think I'm good. On the PC, I miss shots, right? I missed quite a few shots, and currently my Ganyu is, I think, sitting at level 80 with R1 level 90. Amos bow talent level should be level 7, I think. And I'm not hitting as hard as, like, I'm not hitting 50k crits. I think I can hit in total maybe 20k, right, per shot. It's not a lot, but it's good damage, and it takes quite a bit to get that out of her. Of course, if you want to crown her and take her to the next level, I think she's good. But is she, this tier? No, I don't think so. Not now, at the very least. And that is because a very important cryo main DPS isn't out yet. So currently the cryo synergies is like using Ganyu as a main DPS, unless you have her extremely stacked, extremely built, she is not going to be dealing that kind of insane damage, and she likely will not be miles ahead of everyone else. But of course, if you're a whale, we're just speaking from a free-to-play perspective, right? You're getting one copy of her. For whales, Ganyu could certainly be in this tier if you're, let's say, getting Constellation 1. At least C1 Ganyu, and you're planning to get like multiple refinements on the Amos bow, right? Definitely could be in this SS tier, but for the for 99% of the player base, she is sitting at S tier. She is not a must get. SS is a must get. If these two ever come back, I highly suggest you snag them up. Ganyu, not so much. Not until we see how Kamisato Ayaka performs. And I think Kamisato Ayaka and Ganyu can make a great pairing along with Bennett support because, for melt synergies, but we're not going to talk about that right now as it is currently from my playing. And trust me, I gave her the chance. I gave her much more than what I gave Zhongli. Much more. Much more than what I gave Venti. And the result was that she stack up to their effectiveness? I don't think so, right? But definitely a solid character. Now, another character that is very solid, very loved by the community, that may see a rerun, and I'm pretty sure all of these characters will, is Child worth it? Is Child worth, going for, saving for? Honestly, I know it's because we just mentioned Ganyu, Venti, and Zhongli, so Child starts to feel a little bit like, okay, I honestly think Child is great, but he's in a really wonky spot right now, right? He's designed to be this on-hit hydro fast-paced attacker. However, it's better to play him as a vaporized burst, like ult bot. I don't know how to say it. It's better to have him stack EM and just do that one vaporized ult hit versus having him on field. And as you get constellations for him, he becomes, better to be on field, to be get back that on hit role. But currently, when it comes to rerun banner priority, he's at an A. I'm sorry. It's just, he doesn't sit in the same category as Ganyu. He really doesn't, right? Let's be honest here. While he's great for free-to-play players for the vast majority, 99%, again, 99%, him sitting at C0, do you really want to go for a rerun banner for an old character who likely won't get any buffs or changes? I honestly feel power creeping has really killed the tier 4 and the priority for Child, for Tartaglia. Now we have Klee. what an amazing character she was to play. And man, she is very difficult to play for anybody who has played Klee, especially if you're on mobile. God bless you. This character, while amazing, is very mechanically demanding. And while not constellation reliant, there's a constellation that she possesses that can turn her into a much more non-mechanically demanding character. However, most people won't get access to that because it's at Constellation 4. And while she has powerful synergies and she's really great as a unit, she's just not here. I honestly think if Klee ever does come back, most people would not be going for her. She's not in the center of discussions right now. Great character though. If you love her kit and love her playstyle, you know, you like challenging mechanics and micromanagement, then definitely go for Klee. But I think currently right now she sits even under Child. And of course we have Xiao, the boy, the myth, the legend. You know, he is the newest addition to Genshin Impact, and of course many people love him. So if he does, and so it's a bit early to talk about the Xiao rerun, but this boy, he's all right. He's all right. Did he dethrone Ganyu? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And they shortened his banner. But when it comes to capabilities and his playstyles currently, I feel like Xiao just doesn't stack up compared to Ganyu. I would even hesitate to put him in this slot, and I was talking about how I will talk about this later. So Xiao's not the most expensive character to build, and he's very fun to play and very easy to pilot, even for mobile, I would say. He has some tiny mechanics, how you can use the charge, plunge, animation, cancel, but those are manageable on the mobile, not like Klee, and his damage is very respectable. It's not, he doesn't change the game in any way. He brings damage and that's pretty much it. And it's really like how you bring the damage, right? You can do it like Tartaglia, you can do it like Klee, and the damage that you do bring is not game shattering, it's not game breaking, so he's okay. I put him above Tartaglia because he's just, there's less drawbacks, and he could be ran as a solo DPS, he could have a support DPS if you want, whereas Tartaglia, you have to have a support DPS essentially, or you just run him as an alt bot, right? So Xiao, I think, sits above Tartaglia for priority, but doesn't really scrape the S tier. Now for our boy Albedo. This man was, you know, like I really feel like people completely skipped out on him, and even nowadays topic discussions for Albedo never really comes up. But I was mentioning in the beginning that certain characters' priorities may shift according to who you are prioritizing, because let's be serious, if you're a free-to-play player, you're not going to be going after every single one of these characters. But Albedo is one of those characters, like if you are going for Zhongli, you thought I was gonna put him here, did you? No, he is not SS tier. If you're going for Zhongli, Albedo's priority will rise up greatly. If you're just picking him up by himself, I would put him around, you know, behind Child, above Klee, or maybe even above Child, right? He sits between here and here at around this, right? But if you're going for Zhongli and you haven't ever played with the Geo Resonance before, or at least you haven't gone hard into it, like heavily invested with, you know, double 5-star characters as your Geo characters, I honestly could see Albedo sitting next to Ganyu, or at least Xiao. But if you are not, he's just a character you're gonna pick up, I would put him here. Okay, so this is the free-to-play tier list. Albedo offers insane off-field presence. Nobody can beat him when it comes to off-field DPS. Right, if you already have a powerful main DPS, stacking Albedo into your team will only make that better. He's kind of like a defensive Xingqiu, but he is more active than Xingqiu. Definitely more active than Xingqiu, because his elemental skill is the one that allows you to deal that passive damage, while having crystallized reactions can also add a layer of defense for your teams, adding survivability. Very, very great character. If you have Zhongli, or if you're gonna go for Zhongli, you should be snagging up Albedo as well. So this is a tier list. I hope this doesn't bring much controversy. I've played all of these characters. I built every single one of them. I tried out all their mechanics. I gave them all a chance. 5-star weapons, you know, everything, the whole spiel. And this is what I finally decided with. And thank you all for watching. I hope this list will help you. And again, it all depends on how long miHoYo is gonna give us to prepare for these characters, right? Who knows? Maybe the next banner, the new banner for 1.3 could be a rerun banner. We don't know. You see, this is why. Honestly, if you want these characters, you should always be saving. Never spend down your Primo Gems. Don't get baited into certain banners. Always wait until the very last second for certain banners. Maybe you'll get a glimpse of what's coming afterwards, right? We have to be smart with our Primo Gems. Please take care of yourselves, and thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching all the way till the end. Like and subscribe if this video helped you, and that's it for me. I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, stay safe and peace.